The sun was a relentless overseer, beating down on the endless sea of sand that stretched in every direction. The desert was a place of harsh truths and silent prayers, where every grain of sand whispered stories of survival and loss. His unit had been stationed in this forsaken expanse for weeks, an invisible battlefield where the enemy could strike at any moment, hidden behind dunes or in the shattered ruins of a forgotten village. Sergeant Caleb Morgan wiped the sweat from his brow, scanning the horizon through cracked, tired eyes. War was ugliness and noise, but today Caleb saw something different. The discovery. Its deep crimson petals were vibrant against the barren earth, like a bloodstain on the sand. During a routine patrol, Caleb's boot struck something soft yet stubborn in the sand. Curious, he knelt and brushed away the dirt. There it was, a single, delicate rose, blooming defiantly against all odds. Caleb stared, heart pounding. The scent was faint, but sweet, a whisper of the world left behind. How could life flourish here, amid death, dust, and despair? As a symbol of hope, he gently cupped the rose, careful not to damage it. The men gathered around, their faces lighting up with a rare smile. A reminder, there's more to this than war. That evening, Caleb showed the flower to his squad. Private First Class Diaz said, "It's crazy, but it feels like a sign. Like something worth fighting for." Corporal Jenkins nodded. From that day on, the rose became their talisman. The burden of war, but hope in a war zone is fragile. Caleb watched as friends fell, their blood staining the sand in a stark contrast to the rose's gentle bloom. Enemy forces intensified attacks. Ambushes came faster. Supplies ran low. One night, under a sky pierced by distant tracer fire, Caleb sat alone with a flower pressed between pages of his journal. Gunfire erupted in bursts that echoed off the dunes like thunder. He wrote, "This rose doesn't belong here. It's a rebel, a promise, a pain." A mission that changed everything. Intel came through about a cache of weapons hidden near a small oasis. The mission was risky, but necessary. Caleb's squad moved out at dawn, the rose tucked safely in his pack's secret talisman he refused to leave behind. Jenkins took a bullet in the shoulder. The desert seemed alive with danger. Enemy fighters were closer than ever. Defending the rose during a fierce firefight, Caleb's squad was pinned down near the oasis. Amid the chaos, Caleb spotted enemy soldiers moving to flank them. Instinct kicked in. With the rose in his hand, he charged, firing with precision, heart pounding, not just for survival, but for the symbol of life he carried. The squad fought back hard, repelling the attackers. It was a symbol of resilience, hope, and the human spirit's unyielding will to survive and protect. The cost. The battle was won, but not without loss. Diaz was hit, bleeding, but alive. Caleb felt the weight of responsibility heavier than ever. That night, he placed the rose near Diaz's cat. "Something beautiful," he said softly, "to remind us what we fight for." Healing in the midst of war days turned into weeks. The rose grew stronger, somehow, as did the men around it. They began small rituals, watering the flower, sharing stories beneath the harsh sun, finding moments of peace in the madness. Caleb realized the rose was more than a plant. The final stand one evening, under a blood-red sunset, the squad prepared for their final deployment in the region. Caleb held the rose, now a little battered, but alive. He whispered, "For you. For all of us." The battle was brutal and desperate, but they fought with the fire of that rose burning in their hearts. Legacy years later, back home, Caleb returned to a quiet garden. He planted a single rose bush, blooming defiantly. It was a living testament to survival, hope, and everything worth protecting. And every time the wind whispered through its petals, Caleb remembered the desert, the rose that refused to die.